1904, in the heart of Central Europe, a young Romanian sculptor of 28, Constantin Branncusi, makes his way, a rucksack on his back, an alpenstock in his hand, laced boots on his feet with gaiters. He knows where he is going, to Paris. In the spring, he gathers what he needs to leave, 1,000 lei from a friend, in exchange for his sketchbook, a precious collection of years of work, subsidies from the church and from a doctor, money borrowed from merchants and other sums earned by selling his first sculptures. He bids farewell to his friends, his family, his mother. This departure, it is said, leaves him heartbroken. The train first carries him towards Budapest, then Vienna. In the Austrian capital, he allows himself a few days to visit museums, galleries, and monuments. His eyes take everything in. In Munich, he arrives almost penniless. He finds work to survive. But there, he makes a discovery that shakes him to his core: the secession movement, a rebellion against rigid academic art, a breach opened towards the unprecedented. It is in Munich that everything is decided. He draws from it this conviction: by leaving for Munich to work, I understood that one can only fully realize oneself in Paris. Munich would only be a stage, Paris the destination. He continues on foot via Rorschach, Zurich, the Great St. Bernard Pass, the Alps, the snow, the wind. Since childhood, in the hills of Oltenia, he learned to cover long distances. Walking does not frighten him, it suits him. It was long said that he traveled as a beggar. A photograph from 1904 shows him, on the contrary, as a dignified tourist, almost elegant. He advances, fascinated by the landscapes, sustained by the hospitality of those he meets along the way. But the body has its limits. Near Basel, a torrential rain exhausts him. Stricken with double pneumonia, he is hospitalized in an institution run by the church. For long days, his life hangs by a thread. He pulls through. To mark his gratitude, he carves a wooden crucifix. He would carry a pulmonary fragility all his life, but the ordeal forges a character of steel within him, the same one that would later carve marble with an axe. Weakened, he manages to reach Langres in Haute-Marne. Exhausted, he sends a telegram to his friend Daniel Poiana, already settled in Paris. The message is simple: help me finish this journey. Poiana sends him 2 gold louis, enough to buy a train ticket. On July 14, 1904, Constantin Branncusi steps off the train at the Gare de l'Est in Paris. He has crossed half of Europe, walked through the Alps, nearly died along the way. He is there. But Paris does not welcome him as a hero. He settles in with Poiana, who finds him lodgings on the 8th floor of the Cité Condorcet, and a first job, dishwasher, in a brasserie. The one who already sculpted bronze busts now washes dishes. This period, it would later be written, was marked by the weight of destitution, a disproportionate and absurd indigence. A Romanian archimandrite offers him another job, sacristan at the Orthodox Church in the Latin Quarter. A photograph shows him in a surplice, captioned with 4 words, "Memory of hard times." He finally obtains grants from the Romanian government, from private funds. On June 12, 1905, thanks to diplomatic and artistic interventions, he enters the studio of Antonin Mercier at the École des Beaux-Arts in Paris. He passes the entrance exam. His results are very satisfactory, but Brancusi feels unhappy. Too gifted, too fast, he produces 1 sculpture per day, Rodin-inspired, with impressive mastery. But it is not him, not his voice. He will say later with painful simplicity, "These were the most difficult years, during which I searched for my own path." One must imagine this journey to understand Brancusi, a man who takes no shortcuts, neither on the road nor in art. He chooses the longest, most difficult path, because that is the one that forges a person. He would one day say, with a serenity acquired at great cost, "Suffering strengthens people, and is more necessary than any other pleasure for forging a character." These words are not a pose. They are the summation of a life that began on the roads of Europe, in the rain, with a walking stick and a few coins in his pocket, from which would emerge one of the most revolutionary sculptors of the 20th century.